I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No, 0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you. I don't ever want to hear your voice to you. Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Please stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't. Stop stalking me.
Does he look like bait to you? Harassing her like that? Terrorizing her like that? She's had to move. Being stalked is not sexy. It's not romantic. It's not hot. It's not cool. It is a crime in all 50 states. These are the Charles Perry Stalker Podcast. Mr. Perry has stalked me for 13 years. He is a human trafficker. Stalking and trafficking go hand in hand because these guys hone in on a victim that they want to traffic and then, watch everything they do and try to control everything. So, but when Mr. Perry started doing it to me, this is Cynthia Ortiz, it is the 27th of November, 2023, everything in his life changed forever. It will never be the same again. He gets caught when he does it to me. This guy has spent millions of dollars trying to cover up this crime. And all that bought him was getting us the truth. We get help with information, he gets told on, and it's been that way for 10 years. Every time he causes me a loss, and that means my privacy. You hacked me, you cloned my phones. He's ruined one of my phones, so there's more property damage. He will have to pay for that in ways he's never had to pay before. And we'll see then if he thinks it's cute. I mean, this guy is something else. We don't even have words for this. When he does the crime to me, he gets caught and he does it anyway. He knows that and he does it anyway. This morning, they got caught talking about taking my computer, so I can't fight them in court. And that guy goes, she can go down to the library, use that one down there. Well, we're going to take her car. They actually tried to take my car Saturday night at my work. Didn't we say? I think we just said that they were talking about that. So they proved out a recording. That's good intel, right? But the key wouldn't work. So somehow he got a key to my car illegally, sold it to Mo from Good Deal. I bought several cars from Mo. He's the one that took the last car. Remember, we're going to make sure she can't make a payment and then she'll lose her car. Can't get it registered, get her pulled over. Right? Take her tail light. Last night they were trying to pull me over. They got caught on that. Charles called in a pullover. So we got them recorded talking about that. Then he called up there. Do you guys have any available units to pull her over tonight? Here's the part of town she's in. We cloned her phone, so we can see her on the GPS. She's door dashing right now, and here's the area of town she's door dashing in right now. So do you have an available unit to pull her over again and harass her? Right? We tried to get her car away from her Saturday night. We got an illegal key. Get her in a VIP, and while she's in the VIP, we'll drive off with her car. She'll have to walk all the way back to Tulsa. We told everybody, don't give her a ride. Then she'll call me. Then she'll be trafficked. Then she'll lie. And we did just say that over and over and over and over. You're caught when you do it to me. We find out before, not after. We are getting the help because you're pissing people off, sir. Acting like this guy.
Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I'm leaving.
Did he just say he doesn't care what I want? It's about what he wants? Right. Can you imagine my granddad, the chief of police in Roswell, helped get those alien museums set up? Not because he believes in aliens, he didn't. But some people do, and it brings a lot of money in to Roswell. The curiosity about it. His name is on the front door of the police department in Tulsa, in Roswell, where I grew up. Hang on.
Leave me alone. Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone.
Can you imagine my granddad? If I went home to granddad and I said, guess what, granddad? My boyfriend is ghetto. He's a human trafficker. Look how shitty my clothes are. Look at the fucking crap car I'm driving. He peeps all day. That guy has a boring life. And he just sits around and peeps all day and makes trouble and tears everything up and ruins everything good. You like him? Oh my God. He'd slap the hell out of me. He's a cop killer. allegedly, and a pedophile, allegedly. You like him? You think I would bring that home to Granddad? He'd slap the hell out of me and I'd have it coming for being that stupid. And there's no way. I don't do guys who are pedophiles. I don't do guys who kill cops. I don't go out with men who peep. I don't go out with men who can't respect boundaries. I don't go out with men unless they honor my name. They don't smear me. I fucking don't go out with canned food ghetto. I don't do it. Mr. Perry, that's not my thing. You repulse me. Guys like you repulse even prisoners. Okay? Guys like you get beat up in jail. Your attorney, you're about to get arrested. Our guys are going to do it. They don't care what TPD does. They don't care. They're doing the work. They're getting the intel. And they're going to put you in jail. And that's all there is to it. And the sooner you get a grip on reality, the better off you'll be. You embarrass the fuck out of everybody. Why in the hell aren't you embarrassed by what you are? Acting like this.
Leave me alone. Please stop following me.
Won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't. Stop stalking me.
You think that's bait? You are off your nut. You're as delusional whack job as they get. Mr. Perry has Huntington's disease. That's part of the intel the cops got. Mr. Perry, the guys that are going to arrest you. And this morning, we just need to take her computer so she can't fight us in court. Well, she'll go down to the courthouse and use the law library. Now we'll take her car. You tried to Saturday night, and we know that. The key didn't work. We've said this over and 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 over for years. Perry's trying to take my car to pressure me to be trafficked and to lie. He's got an affidavit that I'm not supposed to know about. But you know how I know about it, Mr. Perry? The police investigating you. They got that intel. We get the help with information you get told on. Why is that, dum-dum? We get the help with information you get told on. Lucius, Calvin, who's bald and fat. Geppetto, your witch. Sonja, your hacker. Who are those people? Betancourt. Greg, Tim, and Larry. Tim has a transponder. He's a pilot. When they kidnap a victim to take to the compound in Houston, we found out about when you fucked up my school, my college. You fucked it up. You paid for that with intel. Somebody got pissed off that had been keeping that under if we talk about that Houston compound, we're dead. They will kill us if we talk about that. But I'll tell you what, here's the thing. She's making a difference. She is, and you guys are. Making a very big difference. There's a reason they're attacking her. They're guilty. They're doing exactly what she says. They're guilty. They make sure we all never forget. I mean, they go at her and go at her. And the last thing we want is for them to ruin her. So now I'm pissed because they fucked up her school. I'm fucking talking about the Houston compound. It smells like the sewer in there because there's little kids shitting on the carpet and on the floor because they're getting sodomized. These guys are, you should see the sick crap that goes on in that place. They go fuck those women that they kidnapped, got pregnant, and those kids, now they have kids, then they fuck the kids, then they fuck each other. It is nasty. It is disgusting. And that's Charles Perry's life. We found out about that when you pissed that guy off, fucking with my school, my college. I was 5 courses away from graduating. And he had one of my professors just not grade my assignments. We had a storm, so they were late. The storm knocked out electricity. It's a crisis, right? Knocked out electricity through the whole town of Tulsa. So some of my assignments were late. She didn't even grade them. It just failed me. Crisis management. This is how we handle people who have a crisis. Fail them. But right then, you had a trafficking delivery deadline. You sold me to a guy in Houston named Larry. Right? You're going to share the profits. You want your money. Everybody wants their money. You got a list of people that are supposed to get paid. I stand to lose millions if I can't get her delivered, you said. We have that police recording. Those officers will put you in jail. It doesn't matter what TPD thinks. They don't need their permission. They don't care. They got their own case. I'm a witness. You're tampering with a witness. You're trying to pressure me to do something. I said no. And you're not bait any more than he is. And it is about what I want. That's why we get the help and you get told on. No one cares what you want. You make everybody sick. And you're not getting that. I've never seen anybody this mentally slow than you. Who's Greg, Tim, and Larry to you? Who's Monique to you? Where is she today? Charles, who's Monique to you? Who's Muffin Man? Huh? Tell us all about who's Muffin Man and who's Monique. And what those people mean to you. Lucius Calvin, Geppetto, Sanjay Beverly, Andrew Lawrence, Blankenship Desiree, Oscar Bruce, Richard and Dickie, James and Reuben Nisbet. Now we got Gabe and Jacob, both of them. Jacob sits outside the club and runs people off. So she goes home broke. He's ghetto. Granddad, look at the ghetto boyfriend I brought in. Look at my shitty clothes and my crap car. That's the best he can do. My granddad would slap the hell out of me. This guy is not for you. My friend said that. She's used to a much higher caliber of person and a much higher standard of living. And this guy can't get it done. He's a failure. There's no way she'd like him. Sleeping in her car is better. Living in her car is better. That's why they want to take the car. Make her walk all the way back to Tulsa. Then she'll call. Then she'll be trafficked. Then she'll be pressured and pressured and pressured to do something she's already said no to for a decade. I moved twice. I left Lubbock in 2013, moved to the Dallas area. Perry comes up there, starts stalking me there, starts causing problems there, starts crossing boundaries and butting into stuff that was none of his business. So I left and I came home to Oklahoma to my family. I came here to be with my family. That's twice I had to move to get away from you and your problems and your drama. Everybody hates you for what you're doing to me. Hates your guts. So, like about 3 weeks ago, some guy they're trying to figure out what to do. How come she always finds out before we do something to her? Something horrible, cause a horrible loss. The kind you never get over. How do we do it where she can't find out before? And the guy goes, this has been this way for 10 years? Yeah, it's not going to change. It's not going to change. She'll find out again tomorrow. What? Okay, well, listen to what she said. People are offended and upset by what you're doing. Crime tends to do that. It upsets people and it makes them offended. That's why that shit's illegal, dum-dum. You're not the brightest bulb there, are you? Because most people just know that. I'm telling you something you should already know. And you're wasting my time, by the way. Because you should already know this. People don't like crime. They're upset by what you're doing to her. So, until Charles Perry gets his head out of his ass and out of delusion and gets a grip on reality, same thing's going to happen tomorrow. Nothing's going to change until he gets a grip on reality. Also, her people understand what people want. It's not what you're doing. It's what she's doing. She's fighting this crime like nobody's fought it before. Your run's running around. This ain't happened before. How'd she know? How'd she find out? Well, every time you sit on your ass and go, make sure she don't make no money. Get that car away from her. Get that computer away from her. All the time. Oh, okay. Then people start going, why in the fuck are they doing that to her? And the next thing we know, y'all are running around. How'd she find out? How'd she know? This never happened before. It's happened every day, all day long, for 10 years. And if it takes you 10 years to spot that pattern, you do the crime to me, you get caught. You touch a hot stove, you get burned. I'm that hot stove. I'm the Jenga piece. It's different when you do it to me. If you're that mentally slow, we don't even have words for you. We don't even, you asked for it. You know that's how it is. You did it anyway. You asked for it. There's no fucking way. I took Saeed around to meet my family. I would never take a skank ass like you to meet my family. Ever. And now you got my family trying to figure out how to coerce me and pressure me and coerce me and pressure me to do something I said no to. I won't even talk to them. I've not talked to my family for 4 years. I have reached out to one family member and said, I don't like this man. Why are you talking to him? Get a lawyer and stop talking to him. This is very serious crime, and you're about to go to jail too for facilitating delivery of a trafficking victim if you participate in pressuring me in any way at all. Stop. And the betrayal is horrific, by the way. People are appalled at my family. Appalled. There's your little weirdo group that sits around and convinces yourselves you're normal. Outside of that is everyone else horrified by you. Please do look at the results. We are getting the help with information. You are getting told on. Mr. Perry asked me about leaks. Is it Jim? Is it Al? Is it Cameron? Who the fuck is Cameron? He asked me probably 4 times Saturday if it was Cameron. I don't fucking know Cameron. Here's the thing. How many times have I said this? I am not told who the leaks are. 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 When you're gone, I will have my privacy back, my money back, and I won't have to lie, and I won't have to suck anybody's you-know-what that I don't want to suck. So, why in the fuck would I help you, even if I did know? It's a need-to-know investigation. I don't need to know who the leaks are, so I'm not told that. I don't know, and I wouldn't help you if I did. We all want you gone. Nobody invited you to Oklahoma. You're not wanted in my life. I don't go out with peeping toms. I don't go out with boring fucks who sit around and watch me all day. I already know what I did all day. I only go out with men who are all working hard and have something interesting to talk about. I only go out with men who make sure I don't miss a meal. There's no fucking way I'd go out with some ghetto canned food bitch like you. There's no way. We get the help with information. You get told on. And that's your 10-year results. McNamara email was in 2015. When you contact me, we get more. When you invade my privacy, we get more. When I'm broke, we get more. Count the emails. There's over 1 million of them. The emails go with a police recording. All I do is type up what the police said. It's good intel or it's bad. My ex-husband got recorded twice. Everybody thinks if we can just take her car away from her, then that will pressure her enough to go be trafficked. We can also do a false arrest. Again, sit her down, tell her, here's your affidavit. It's a lie. Recant everything you've said for the past 10 years. Sign it. I can't hold an event until you do. You think everybody's that stupid, Charles? Really? You're just not all there. You're not the brightest bulb. People are not that stupid, Charles. They're not. I know you have a pretend life where you think peeping is a romance, where you think starving a woman is romantic. We're getting, the results are, sir, stupid. We get the help with the information. You get told on. Every day for a decade. What day will he arrest you? Because I promise you that's what he's going to do with that information, regardless of what you tell yourself in your make-believe world. It's embarrassing, the make-believe bullshit you say. Embarrassing. You embarrass the hell out of me. Please be embarrassed like you make everybody else. Okay? You need to be as embarrassed as you're making everybody else be. You're a sissy. You're a coward. And you're not good enough for me. You're like this guy.
Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why
No. Just talk.
leave me alone.
Okay, this is how our guys are.
I will. You talk to me for 2. That's okay. I don't care.
This is what all the normal people think of you. You're not fooling anybody. You guys sit around in your little meeting and convince yourself of stuff that's bullshit, and everyone else is laughing at you, going, they're just not all there. They're not the brightest bulbs, are they? She's getting help with information. He's getting told on. Until Charles Perry gets a grip on reality, nothing's going to change. Her guys do their homework, and they do their research, and they know what people want. And they're getting it to them. They're getting what other people want. Charles sits around and does what he wants, which is complete opposite of what everybody else wants. She gets the help. He gets told on. They're very methodical. They're very smart. They're very calculated. They're very strategic. They're getting the help. Charles is getting told on. Guess what's going to happen tomorrow? Same thing. Because he has no grasp on reality. He's a delusional whack job. He's living in a make-believe world, and he's not getting it. So, write it down and take it to Vegas and bet on it. Tomorrow she'll find out before 2. And the day after that, and the day after. Because this guy's repeat. He's all repeat. He's got Alzheimer's, senile dementia, something like that. Or Huntington's disease causes paranoia, delusion, psychosis, hallucinations, and impaired cognitive reasoning. I don't know how he ties his shoe by himself. How many times were you caught before you did the crime to me? How many after? How much money have you spent on a cover-up that got us truth? How much money, millions, have you spent trying to cover up something that ended up getting us information nobody else has? Ask the Muffin Man. Ask Betancourt. Ask Oscar, Bruce, Tim. Tim is a pilot. Tim kidnaps women and turns his transponder off, so nobody knows where he takes them. Right, Mr. Perry? Is that true? Is that good intel or bad? We don't want to lie or anything. They tried to take her car Saturday, but the key didn't work. The key, we've been saying that since 2019. Charles was recorded by our guys who are going to put him in jail with all that stuff. I'm going to have her, it's not legal, but I'm going to have her car towed and sold before she figures that out. He called the man in 2021, a lawyer. We need you to give her a job. And he goes, well, I could use the help. But here's the thing. I need her to we have a professional business to run. Why don't you? We're busy. Why aren't you? Why are you this pathetic? Why are you this sissy? Why are you this much of a coward? I can't tell you anything that she tells me, by the way. And I'm not going to give her a job and have her be distracted. We have work to do. We're a professional business. I need her here working. You need to go work too, by the way. Boring. I already know what I did all day. He said, I'm not going to have her distracted with concerns that you're going to take her car from work. So if you're trying to get her a job here with me so that you can come get her car, now you know where she works, and now she's on a schedule. By the way, the allegations are stalking. So if you weren't stalking her, what do you care? What do you care? Yeah, because you are stalking. That's a crime, TPD. Do you guys ever fight crime, or you just harass victims of crime? Is that what you do? Do you guys have your meetings every day? Our goal today is to harass Cindy, tamper with a witness, help some crooked sex weirdo harass the victim and pull her over and pull her over. Our guys are like, oh my God, they want us to call them. Anybody can run a tag, pull somebody over, run a tag, and write a ticket. That's fucking meter maid shit. We're fighting very, very serious, heinous crime. And they're harassing our witness. So we're not going to call them. They don't call you either, Lucius. You're not, they're not going to waste their time repeating themselves for you. Don't invade her privacy. Don't contact her, and she better not be broke. That's all there is to it. Okay? Get your hands out of her wallet. I should have made $400 Saturday night. I went home with $100. So you're going to pay for that all week. Kind of like the week before that, and the week before that, and the week before that. Because you're not supposed to know what's going on at my work. You're not supposed to care. You're not stalking, right? Oh, but you are. Name one of my guys, Lucius. Name one. Quote one meeting. Oh, yeah, you can't. We get the help with information. You're spending millions of dollars getting it to us. And a hell of a lot of your time. Get her computer. Then she can't fight us in court. One woman against 5 attorneys. Right? Seasoned. I've not been to law school. You didn't even let me finish college. You called my professor and said fail her because we got a trafficking delivery deadline. And she's got student loan money about to come, excess funds. We can't have her having that. We're going to take her money. We're going to take her car. We're going to ruin her. Because she's right. We like proving her right. We do nothing else all day but prove that girl right. Because if you're not stalking, you don't know where I'm working, and you don't care. Last night there was quite a meeting. There's been a few of them over the past couple of days about how much money you've cost me, causing me to miss work. She paid Joe Chadwick $5,000. Not being able to go to work because Mr. Perry and Mr. Robertson were harassing her at work and almost killed her. And I'm looking at these texts from Mr. Robertson. The guy was grabbing her crotch, and that's sexual battery. You could tell by reading the text it was happening a lot, and that she'd asked him repeatedly to stop it, and he wouldn't. He flat says he wouldn't. What did TPD do about that? Nothing. They're his bitch. They're meter maid. So our guys aren't going to call you until that stops. Okay, that's corruption. People don't like corruption. We're getting the help, not you. We're getting the help, not you. Right? Who's Lucius? Who's Muffin Man? Who's Blankenship, Desiree, Richard, Dickey? Who are those people? Who's Nisbet? Who's James and Reuben? Who's Beverly? You tell the court. Name one of my guys. Oh yeah, you can't. Call one of their meetings. Oh yeah, you can't. They won't call you. They're not going to dignify you, a corrupt police officer, with a phone call. They'll sure as shit not dignify Charles Perry with a phone call. It's not going to happen. It's 10 years. How long have you been trying to reach him, Charles? You got a hold of him? They're not going to call you back and repeat themselves for you. He said, don't invade her privacy. That's illegal. She has the right to her privacy. Don't contact her or her family. You need to stop bothering everybody else. And she's not to be broke. Get your hands out of her wallet. What kind of monster, what kind of pussy, what kind of sissy steals from women? How many lawyers do you have that are seasoned against one woman, with not a lick of law school? I scare you that much? We gotta steal her computer so she can't fight us in court. You're that pathetic. So what we've heard, though, is I did sue them 3 times, and 3 times they did a bunch of ex parte hearings where I wasn't there and got it dismissed. Pussies. 5 people with seasoned attorneys against one woman and not a lick of law school. The burden of proof is on me, and they don't even let me in the courtroom. They didn't go into court and prove their case and overcome my evidence and my witnesses. The burden of proof is on me, and they don't even let me in court. They go in ex parte, backroom deal with a judge, and it's gone. And I guess now they're trying to do it, they got something going in Egan's court, I hear. I'm not told a whole lot about it. I've been told hands off. The prosecutor's going to put you in jail for all the fraud. We've already said that. Have we not? I've not been served. I've not actually seen anything about the lawsuit. All I know is that there's police intel that says there's a lawsuit. Matt Powell is obsessed with getting me served more than anybody else. We need to get her some shut up papers. That I'm not to deal with it. I'm to send you every time there's a recording, a police recording, and I type it up, I'm to send it to you so that you can take it to that court and use it to claim you're being harassed. You put it on the docket, now we don't have to, thanks. And you can't suppress it in your criminal case. You put it on the docket, you made it public record. So we're going to let that pile up, and then they're going to put you in jail, and that's that. That's the end of that. The burden of proof is on you. You have to prove I'm lying and that I know I'm lying. All I can testify to is I heard a recording, I typed it up. Whether or not it's good intel or bad intel, or partially good and partially bad, not my problem. That's not part of the process. That's not what I do. I can't testify to what I don't know. But if I'm telling people, he's been recorded talking about taking my car, and I walk outside and my car's gone, I think that would prove the intel is good intel, don't you? That the intel from 2019, it's not legal, but I'm going to have her car towed and sold before she figures that out. You sold it to Mo. It's not your car to sell. Did you not? Is that good intel or bad intel? You're being harassed? Really? I moved twice not to have any further dealings with you or any conflict. Completely changed my life. Started all over again twice. To get away from you and not have to deal with this.
Leave me alone. I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey, men. Leave women the fuck alone.
public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them, especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman's giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care.
Go into a bar, Charles, and find the ugliest, most desperate, pathetic bitch in there and tell her what you do to me all day and see if she'll go home with you. Yeah, she'll call the cops.
Or if it's in public, it doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. You need to leave her alone. And this is Bacon.
That's okay.
Okay, so, back to my ex-husband. So, Mr. Perry has got a list of people he's promised money to. Can't let her have her school loan money. Make sure she gets fired from DoorDash. Right at that same time, I had about 3 DoorDash complaints that I didn't deliver the food. Well, I always take pictures. Period. Just take pictures. If somebody says leave it at my door, you have to take a picture and actually send it to them. If it's handed to me, you don't, but I take a picture anyway. And so that all goes into a file that Mr. Miller has access to, and Mr. Wishcamper, and all those guys have access to, and not Perry. Perry has it, but not legally. Perry hacked everything, remember? So, but they're so scared to face me in court, they want to take my computer. What a bunch of sissy cowards. We don't even have words for that. 5 seasoned attorneys can't handle one woman with no law school. You're that pathetic. You gotta steal my computer and my car. It's all about pressuring. So then I get about 3 complaints of, Mr. Perry, you're pressuring me and that's illegal. We get the help, you get told on. Name one of my guys. Lucius. Oh yeah, you can't. Quote one meeting. Oh yeah, you can't. Nobody's helping you, they're helping us. Until Mr. Perry gets a grip on reality, she's always going to find out before. It has been that way for 10 years. McNamara email was in 2015. Okay? Guys that can do something like give me the Fabian puzzle in jail in 2016 are going to use all this intel to put you in jail regardless of what your delusion land tells you. Now, regardless of what, you guys all decide in your little weird meeting that you have, that we quote, get her computer in her car so she can't fight us in court. We're that pussy. We're that coward. We're that bad. We're that stupid. Not a lick of law school. One woman. How many millions of dollars are spent trying to make one woman fail? How much time? How many men sit around and have a meeting? How can we make one woman fail? You're trying to get Corky, my uncle, to pressure me. You've tried to get Craig and Dana, my cousin, to pressure me. You've tried to get my kids to pressure me. You've tried to get a whole family gang up to pressure me. I'm not listening to my family. I have nothing to do with them. They opened the door. They let you into their home. They had you over for dinner while you starved me and I slept in my car and did without any food at all. I would never again have a fucking thing to do with my family. That's your family now. They chose that. All I've done is said, this is my wishes. It's not that. It's not for... I don't do ghetto. I don't do canned food. I don't do a man who would... Unless he makes sure I don't miss a meal. He's not going to go out with me. He's never going to get a date with me. Unless he makes sure I don't miss a meal and honors and respects my name. You don't smear me. I don't do ghetto. Look, Granddad. Look at my great boyfriend I brought over. He's a pervert. He's a peeping Tom. He's lazy and fat. And he sits around watching, women in the privacy of their home all day. He doesn't work. He doesn't get anything done. He's not productive. And look at my crap clothes and my crap car. He's ghetto, too. Don't you like him, Granddad? My granddad would slap the hell out of me, and I'd have it coming if I was that stupid and that pathetic. It's never gonna happen, Charles. So my ex-husband is like, she wanted me to put the car title in my name so that you guys couldn't get it. I should have just done that. Then I could go get that car from her, and this would be over. Over for who? See, he's wanting me to go get raped so he can get his money. He's gonna get a little cut out of that. Is that good intel or bad intel? My guys are like, here's what you do. Because he's starting to get mad that you're not going along with this. They cut off your school loan money. I tried to get a job at Walgreens, Target, and Quick Trip. Some guy was like, I've met a lot of dingbats at all three of those places. You can fuck a mirror, you can get a job there. And they won't hire Cynthia. You're shitting me with that, right? I didn't even get a call. I didn't get an interview. Because Charles can't control them. He calls a lawyer. I want you to hire her. And I want you to call me and tell me her schedule so I can go take her car away from her. And the guy's like, I have a professional business to run, and I do need her help, but I need her working and not distracted by the crap you're going to do. So I don't think so. No. I have a business to run. Why don't you? Why do you sit around bothering other people all day in a state where you don't live and weren't invited? Why is it you think I would listen to my family say your words? I told them, you don't understand what's happening here, but I know what you've done. I know what you've done. I know you've betrayed me in the most egregious, sick, fucked up way. I have no words. I have no words for you. A lot of people are appalled at you. My family would never do that. Even if he threatened us, we would sit down and talk together about what we could all do to work together to get rid of the threat. What kind of family does to her what her family has done? Didn't you have a grand jury? One of them said that. One of them said that. I can't imagine, she said. What kind of people do this? I can't imagine. My family would never do that. Not to any of our family. I cannot imagine. So, nothing lost there, right? You're going to use my family to say your words and pressure me to go get raped. So my ex-husband, that happened twice, and he started getting very verbally abusive to me. So my guys were like, here's what we're going to do. We're going to test out that intel. He's either said that or he hasn't. He's either on the list to get paid or he's not. So what we're going to do is I want you to tell Charles, you made a mess, so you get him up. He's your conduit, isn't he? Don't you give him money? When you fuck up my money, and now you have got to fix it. Here he comes with money to pay all that shit you caused a problem with, right? Instead of letting me just make money working, pay for my own bills. $5,000 she paid Joe in no-show fines. That's $50 a night that she lost not being able to go to work because Charles is messing with her money. Messing with her at work. Kind of like, give her a job so I can take her car away from her. Oh gosh, Saturday night we went to her work to get her car, but the key didn't work. Like shit like that, Pinto coming in. Oh, how about $5,000 for a night of sex with him? And I'm like, ew, yuck, no. There's not enough money in the world to pay me to do that. He's repulsive. So the guy's like, how much? Oh, here he started looking at it. He goes, I think we need to start adding up. How much money would she have made had she not misworked? Every night that she had to pay $50 for $5,000 in no-show fines at $50 a night is very expensive. That's a lot of missed work. And Joe should have kicked those guys out, and he didn't. So no, he did the same thing. Ex parte, everything's dismissed. No explanation to why there was no hearing. Illegal, corrupt crap. Right? Because somebody's too pussy to just do it like a man in court. Do it the normal way. So we have that again. I want to know how much money she's lost because she didn't get to go to work and make the money she would have made every time she missed work. I want to know that number, because I promise you her guys have that number. And they'll get him in a criminal charge on it. They'll get him. Interference with commerce with intent to coerce. The trafficking of a woman. The sale of a human being. Pressure her to do something she said no to. And then what happens when you do it to me? You get caught. So the guys are like, tell him, get Ernest up here to fix the mess you made. And Cindy is not to call him. He's to call her. And what's going to happen is one of two things. He's going to do it so that they look like there's nothing to do with each other. Or you'll never hear from him again because he's in too deep. Now he's caught. So we waited a little bit. Nothing happened. So he goes, okay, now call him. So I tried to call him. Wouldn't take my phone call. So, which one is it? Mr. Perry. I mean, you tell us. He's going to do one or two things, and it's going to prove out our intel one way or the other. And there's a little bit more specific information that they have established for that, which I'm not going to divulge. I don't have to divulge it. First, tell Charles, get his ass up here. She's not to have to call. Right? First of all, you're not supposed to make a problem with her money. Second of all, she's not to have to call. We told you that in 2020. And if she does, you're going to pay for it with intel that will then be used to put you in jail, regardless of what you tell yourself in your pretend life. You're not all there. We get the help, you get told on. That won't change. She'll find out again tomorrow, because Charles Perry has no grasp on reality at all. He's a Looney Tune. He's a whack job. Complete whack job. Has no idea what's happening. Can never respond like he understood what you just said. Never. And he wants to be governor. Yeah. So the guys are like, he's either gonna, okay, now call him. We waited about, I think it was like 2 weeks. Okay, now I want you to try to call him. One of two things is gonna happen. He's either gonna try to distance himself from them and make it look like they have nothing to do with each other, and that all this intel is bad intel. Or he's in too deep and you won't hear from him ever again. Now he's caught, now he's in too deep, and that's that. So I haven't heard from him. Not even at Christmas, didn't hear from my son. Not Thanksgiving. Didn't hear from any of them. No surprise there. That proved out our intel in more ways than you know right now. Our guys are like this, they're normal. They think you're a pussy. They think you're a coward. They think you're I can't even say all the words they use.
Leave me alone. I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey, man. Leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the...
You're just a rejected failure, too stupid to figure out how to be normal and move on like everybody else can do just fine. You can't keep up. You fail. And you want to be governor. You don't know how to get a woman to like you, right? You repulse women. We're all down at the courthouse trying to get a protective order against you. And you have to go have a secret meeting with the judge, right? And by a judge, buy your way out of it 11 times. You want to put me in jail to shut me up and coerce and pressure? Here, sign my lie, and then you're going to Houston, right? Isn't that what you're trying to do? Yes or no? That means I'm right. We really needed Mr. Perry in order to make this lie work for him. We needed him to stop communicating with her and stop doing things that make him look guilty and her look right, and he just will not stop. Can't control himself. So I'm really at a loss as to what the hell I'm supposed to do for him. You figure it out, Charles. You want to be governor? Solve that one.
Right to her, and you need to leave her alone. And this is bacon.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey, men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman's giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. And you need to leave her alone. And this is bacon.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want. I've been raping you.
Leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting, dude.
I've been raping you.
Leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting, dude.
I've been raping you.
Leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay.
This make you feel? You're filming my father.
This is what it's like to talk to Mr. Perry. Doesn't understand a fucking thing you say and never responds like he did. Always, it's a fail. Every time. She's trying to make a point. Do you like it when someone does this to you? Do you like it when someone gets in your privacy? Do you like when someone takes from you? Do you like when someone, does the things to you you're doing to me? How's that feel? You like a camera stuck in your face all the time? He totally doesn't get it. Look at all the pictures I got of you. Mr. Perry gets pictures of me. I guess Charles set up an Instagram. I don't have Instagram. I've never had Instagram. Charles has an Instagram account. It's identity theft. They're going to put you in jail for that too, Charles. I found out about it. I haven't seen it. I don't know anything about it. But apparently they're using DoorDash deliveries. Remember, doorbell cameras? Here, Judge, we got pictures of her just working, doing normal things. Again, we're bothering her at work. We're going to use DoorDash to have her pulled over and bother her at work. So half the time she can't work and can't make money. So how do you know I'm not going to get a bonus for every time you do that? When this is over and I can finally get paid because you're no longer able to see my checking account to see who's paying me, how do you know I'm not going to get a bonus for every loss you cause? I don't cry, do I? Yeah, you don't know what's coming. You don't know what's about to hit you. But you asked for it. Because you know it's different when you do the crime to me, but it's the same every time you do it. If Mr. Perry fails to get a grip on reality, it's going to happen again tomorrow and this morning. Get her computer away from her. Because we're too weak and pathetic and pussy to fight her in court the normal way.
You're my fucking sister. How does this make you
Is that
feel?
the one that put all those scratches on your arm? You want to see the
Scratches?
You want?
I got
I
scratches.
can show you the pictures right now.
No, I want you to leave my family fucking alone.
Keep hanging outside of there.
Monkey, hit the road. Dude, I promise you, you're gonna get yours and you're
I don't
gonna
give
get
a fuck. You can bring whoever the fuck you want.
That's okay. You're
You
gonna
can bring
Is
the
that a
whole fucking
threat?
army.
You're
I don't give a
find
fuck.
out.
This make you feel?
Huh?
You're filming my father and my fucking sister. How does this make you
Is that
feel?
the one that put all those scratches on your arm? You want to see the
Scratches?
You want?
I got
I
scratches.
can show you the pictures right now.
No, I want you to leave my family fucking alone.
Keep hanging outside of there.
Monkey, hit the road. Dude, I promise you, you're gonna get yours and you're
I don't
gonna
give
get
a fuck. You can bring whoever the fuck you want.
That's okay. You're
You
gonna
can bring
Is
the
that a
whole fucking
threat?
army.
You're
I don't give a
find
fuck.
out.
This make you feel?
Yeah, you're always gonna get me, Charles. Go ahead and threaten me some more. Yeah, we got what you said this morning. Looks like we're doing the getting here, don't you think? We got over 1 million recordings. Well, I'm sorry, it's more than that. I have over 1 million emails over the past 10 years of what you just said. We got. We took, sir. So you're too pussy to fight me in court like a man. So your mafia guy, some other mafia guy, he doesn't do sex business. He said, I don't work with sex perverts. They can't control themselves. They don't think like businessmen, kind of like these guys. They're ruled by their strange impulses. That dictates their life. That dictates how they spend their money, and these guys are losing a lot of money getting sensitive information into the wrong hands. Because I'll tell you one thing, if one person being broke and bothered gets sensitive information into the hands of law enforcement, I'd make sure that person is never broke and bothered again. It wouldn't happen more than once. And these guys do this all day, every day for 10 years and spend that amount of money. What kind of man humiliates himself like that? And his associates and his family and makes themselves weak? Getting sensitive information into the wrong hands for that long, for that amount of money. That's an easy business to take over, and you dissipate the sex part of it, and you take over the other part, and they're broke. And my guy said, guess what? They have pathetic attorneys right now. They won't even face one woman with not a lick of law school and do this legit. 3 times they had the chance to let her go into court and show her evidence and put her witnesses on the stand and overcome that. The burden of proof is on her. They wouldn't even let her in court. They're scared of her. 5 pussy attorneys. 5 defendants. Not macho men. Pussies. Too coward to fight her in court normal. Just the normal way. Bunch of cowards. Stupid as fuck. What's the harm of letting her in court to show evidence she does not have? And all we heard for years is she can't prove it, she can't prove it, she can't prove it. Now, the shoe's on the other foot. They have to prove it. The burden of proof is on them. They have to prove she's lying and that she knows she's lying. It's kind of hard to do if Saturday night they take her car from work. She's been saying for years, it's not legal, but I'm going to have her car towed and sold before she figures that out. I sold it right out from under her to Mo. I did do what she said. I'm doing exactly what she says. I'm as guilty as charged. I'm stalking her. And that's what stalkers do. They go at the car. My car's been wrecked 5 times since Mr. Perry said that in 2019. We really needed him if the lie's going to work. We wanted the lie to work so bad so he can go be governor. He can't even hold an event until she lies for him. So he's pressuring her and pushing her, and he's going to take her car and cause one catastrophic loss after another and deprive her of basic rights and needs, food and shelter, and interfere with commerce and contracts. How do you know I'm not going to get a bonus for each and every day you've done that? Each and every time. Every late payment, every contract you fucked up. Every day I should have gone to work and couldn't. Every day I should have gone to work and made $400 and I came home with $1 or $30. How do you know I'm not going to get a bonus, Charles? And I'm like, well, I told you so. We did say. They were recorded talking about it. They proved that That's good intel, clearly. Right? I mean, you're dumb as a brick. This is so easy, it's not even fair. Then we got a marriage certificate that Lucky asked me about, and I said, Lucky and I talked about things in that club when he came in there. What happened is he and Mike came in, I lived 2 minutes, literally 2 minutes from the police department. They don't talk to me where I lived, or at the police department in Manford. They drive all the way out to Inola, to Sensations, my club. I walk up, introduce myself to them. I hadn't met him before. Mike went to the bathroom as soon as he introduced himself. I sat down and talked to Lucky, and I've said that there's stuff that we talked about that I'm not going to divulge right now. There's stuff I may never divulge that he and I discussed. Then I got called onto the stage. While I was on stage, Mike came back from the bathroom and they left. So Mike didn't hear any of it. He didn't hear a word we said. Lucky said, did you sign this marriage certificate that Mr. Perry has presented us with, and you're just trying to get attention and you're just mad and you're throwing a little fit here, and then claiming he's stalking you, and you're actually married to him? And I said, why in the fuck would I do that? And he said, I want you to describe how you signed your name on that marriage certificate, because it looks like a forgery to me. How did you write your name? Did you write your middle initial, or did you spell out your middle name? Did you include anything of your middle name at all? Did you write Cynthia or Cindy? Did you write it, or is it in cursive? I didn't do any of that. I don't know how he signed my name. I want to see a copy of that. He goes, I don't have it with me. And I said, show me your copy and watch him shit himself. He knows I haven't seen it. He signed it. That's forgery. Okay. Right? And then we heard somebody said, a man in law enforcement said, Lucky asked some questions we all should have asked long ago. We're cops. We should have thought to ask those questions. And I guess another guy, I heard it was Sanjay, the hacker, Sanjay, said, I feel like Mr. Perry has lied to us. Like I'm doing this under false pretenses. I was misled. I was misinformed. Because he came and said that Cynthia is his wife. And that's bullshit. I want to know, when did you pop the question, if that's true? What were you wearing? What was she wearing? Where was this? What did you say? What did she say? And if I ask her the same questions, is she going to answer the same way you do? Because I think you're full of crap. I think you can't answer those questions because it didn't happen. You're a delusional whack job. Sitting around making make-believe world. Pretending you have a love life that's not real to her at all. You think? And that's stalking. And that's a crime. It's a crime. I moved to get away from you and have no conflict, and you wouldn't have needed to cover up at all. Dum-dum. Everywhere I go, you go, and you cause very profound, catastrophic loss. And because people are sick of you, we get the help with information you get told on. I'm going to say this. I'm not told who the leaks are, but we understand that there's a guy named Dickie who has asked you to stop making me where I can't eat. And only for that reason. Whether he's a leak or not, I don't know. I'm not told that. My guess is right now, they're using a lot more wiretap orders than they are leaks, because they don't need leaks when they have a wiretap order. Okay? They also have a way of layering this stuff in case you find one thing and try to obstruct justice and get rid of it. They got something else right there. These guys are sophisticated, intelligent, calculated, methodical, and strategic, and you're stupid. Because if you're looking around for who they are so you can buy them, you've already talked to them face to face. You just didn't know that's who you were talking to. And you're not the brightest bulb, so you gave up a lot of stuff, Mr. Perry. You can't remember who you told what to. You got a mental problem. Diagnosed delusional mental problem. You're mentally ill, and you're mentally slow, impaired. Our shrink was reading your emails, and she said he responds with two to three sentences, 3 to 5 word sentences, which we haven't done since first grade. I don't think he can understand what the email to him is about, because his response is a fail. He acts like he doesn't know what the hell the guy said. And this is an inappropriate response for what was just said. And this person is an elected official. And these are unprofessional, uneducated email responses that I'm seeing here. Like he's got Alzheimer's or something, or senile dementia. Because these are not emails that you would see from an intelligent, articulate, elected official. These are 6-year-old. How embarrassing. How fucking embarrassing for you. He never responds like he understood a word you just said, just like this guy.
Sister, how does this make
Oh,
you
is that the
feel?
one that put all those scratches on your arm? You want to see the
Scratches?
You want?
I got
I
scratches.
can show you the pictures right now.
No, I want you to leave my family. If
He responds in a way that is completely inappropriate. I have pictures of you because I'm a stalker. Otherwise, why would I do that? I'm admitting guilt right here. And I'm going to threaten you. I'm going to get you. Perry does exactly the same thing. He always fails to respond like he understood what you just said. And some guy, there was an argument about him running for governor. And the guy goes, Mr. Perry just needs Cindy to lie so he can run for governor. That means she's telling the truth now. And the guy actually interrupted it and he goes, no, Charles Perry is not going to be governor. And the guy said, what? Why would you say that? And he goes, this guy is in Oklahoma trying to starve a woman. Who the hell does that? That's not macho man. That's coward. You don't do shit like that. And he's been caught twice in 1 week trying to kidnap her. You don't come up to Oklahoma and try to kidnap a citizen of Oklahoma. And he got caught twice. So here's the thing. When you're caught, that's when you stop. Not that you would do this anyway. So if those 3 things he does not know, he's not smart enough to figure out like the rest of us do. Number 1, he's caught. Does he not know he's caught? We all know he's caught. We're all talking about it. So he's caught. Does he not know that? Is he too dumb to know that? That when we're all talking about it, he's caught? Number 2, that when you're caught, that's when you stop. Number 3, you don't do this anyway. If he doesn't know those 3 things, he can't be governor. Too stupid. He's not smart enough. He's too stupid. So he's not going to be governor. By the way, he's got a mental illness called Huntington's disease. And that's not going to get better. It will only get worse. You can't talk to the guy for 2 minutes without telling something's really wrong with him. Bad wrong with him. So it's not going to happen. So you're wasting my time. I don't want to hear it. Right? You want my guys to call you? Aren't you trying to find him? Aren't you calling around looking for him? He said, here's what I said in March 2020. Don't invade her privacy. Don't contact her or her family. And she'd better not be broke. Period. I have no reason to drop everything I'm doing out of my very busy day trying to protect Cynthia and get enough evidence to put Charles in jail so he can't bother her anymore. To repeat myself. So I don't call people like him back. I'm not dignifying him with my time. I said, don't invade her privacy. That's illegal to do that. She has the right to her privacy. Don't contact her or her family because they asked you not to do that. She asked you don't contact her. So stop. Get some dignity. You want to be a dignitary? Get some dignity. What kind of man humiliates himself like that to no avail and to his own detriment for that long and for that amount of money? Dear God. He's making his whole organization weak. And she is not to be broke. You don't take money from women and kids. You don't do it. That's not macho man, that's pussy. You're a sissy. You're a coward. How many men spend a lot of money and a lot of time sitting around all day trying to make me fail? And you want to use my family to pressure me to go be raped? I won't have a thing to do with my family. I told them, because this is a problem legally, He's going to go to jail, and anyone helping him is a co-conspirator. When you have a meeting and you sit down and try to figure out how to pressure me to go be raped so Mr. Perry can make his money off of my body against my will. Sometimes using tax dollars. When he has a cop pull me over, oh, she's door dashing right now. Do you have any officers available to go pull her over? We want to use tax dollars to pressure her to be trafficked. I'm going to abuse my power. I'm going to abuse my office. What happened to Americans with integrity in government? Didn't you form that? You're full of shit, Mr. Perry. You're full of shit. Gosh, maybe we should all ask questions like intelligent questions like Lucky did. Maybe we should all thought to ask those questions a long, long time ago. Would have saved us all a big headache, wouldn't it have? Is the best you can do in your career in law enforcement to be the bitch of a sex weirdo? Do you go home and look your kids in the eye and tell them what you did all day? Are you proud? Here's the thing you need to think about very, very carefully. Is sometimes, long after you're dead and gone, your family still has to live with what you've done with your day and your time. Okay, anyways, sometimes your kids have to live for the rest of your life, I'm sorry, for the rest of their lives, either apologizing and explaining for you, or bragging about you, the way I brag about my granddad long after he's dead and gone. My granddaddy was a lawman, and he believed that law enforcement is called to relieve suffering caused by crime. And that's the one and only thing a police officer is supposed to do. And if you can't do it, if you'd rather be the bitch of a sex weirdo, and that's the best you've got, then please stop and go get a job working for Charles directly. I hear he pays very well. I don't know whether or not Dickie is a leak or not. I don't care. What we do know is that he's been saying, please just let her eat. Please stop provoking and antagonizing. Look what happens when you do that. Are you not all there? Are you just a dum-dum? Let her fucking eat. Let her fucking make enough money, Calvin. And quit doing that to her. Bald fat Calvin. None of you got to realize too, you got younger guys going, none of these guys have a real love life. None of these guys have a real love life. I would like a real love life for myself, so I'm not going to do what they're doing. They're all caught every day she catches them. It's been this way for 10 years. Because they're old and senile. And one guy goes, we have sat there and fucking listened to them go in the next room and say, we're going to do X, Y, Z to her. And we're like, she knows about it. She already knows. She just talked about it. Just said it. And they go in there and talk about it like she doesn't know yet. And so it's going to work. And then it doesn't work because she already knew. And she didn't do what they thought she would do because she found out beforehand. And then they act all shocked and dismayed. And we're like, okay, but she knew. She talked about it and you knew she knew. And these guys are senile. And they're headed down a rabbit hole, and I'm not going to go with them. And I'm not going to end up single and alone and pathetic like them. I'd like to have a real love life. All they got is a pretend one. Some of them are having an imaginary romance with her, the same woman. And if you were listening to Charles Perry and Larry talk about what it sounded like, if you didn't know better, it sounded like they're talking about their wives. And that their wives are different people but have similar attributes. They were both talking about Cynthia. Neither one of them has a relationship with her. She doesn't like either one of them. It's all in their head. What a bunch of wackadoodles. He said it gave me the creeps. It made the hair on the back of my neck stand on end. That was the creepiest thing I've ever heard in my life. What a bunch of weirdos. I don't want to end up like that. I want to have a real love life. With a real person who wants me as much as I want her. And these guys don't have that. They sit around and pretend because they can't get anything real. They're monsters. They're mean. And no woman likes that. Deviant men like that, but women don't like that. So we get the help with the information you get told on. And you act like you have no idea. You don't, do you? That's wacky, huh? 10 years every day, all day long, we've quoted everything you guys said. Lucius, Calvin, Betancourt. Name one of my guys, quote one of their meetings, Muffin Man. Oh yeah, you can't. They're not going to they're not going to dignify you with their time repeating themselves for you, senile. Yeah. Alright, so we have this blog. The other thing we got, intel-wise, because you pissed my guys off, and your leaks, or whoever else, is that you wanted to delete everything, this blog included, in the Facebook, and all my emails, all my Gmail accounts, and tell Jennifer to lie about her. See, Jennifer's a friend of mine. She's not the only person that gets this stuff, by the way. There's a lot of people you don't have access to that my guys have access to. The police that get what you just said, that found out you want to delete everything. Get her and put her in jail so she has to shut up. Delete all her Gmail accounts. Delete the Facebook. Delete the blog. And since she sends a screenshot sometimes to Jennifer, get Jennifer to lie about getting a screenshot. Tamper with a witness. Right? Charles, you harass and harass and harass. Is that the best you can do with your life? Is sit around and bother and rape and be a troublemaker? You'll never be any better than that. You're a fucking rejected failure. Too stupid to be normal like everybody else. You're inept. Socially and intellectually inept. It's embarrassing. You embarrass the hell out of me. I would not walk in a room with you for millions. You're a fucking creepy fuck, strange-o, bizarre, rejected fail. And you'll never do any better than that. I already know what I did all day. Boring. I only go out with men who are working hard, not bothering anybody, minding their own business, and have something interesting to talk about at the end of the day. I already know what I did all day. Yeah, creepy. You're fucking creepy. Okay, so we got all this. We're getting kidnapped her in a way that it won't be she won't be reported missing. We'll do a false arrest, make her sign the lie affidavit that I'm not supposed to know about, but police told me, so I do know. Not TPD, our guys. Charles, the smart ones, the good guys, they're getting the help with the information. Because they're kind. Man's kindness brings blessing. His cruelty will be his downfall. Your cruelty will ruin you. It is ruining you. You're just not all there. Or you'd have known that a long time ago. Okay, so then we're going to sit her down and go, we false arrested you, and I'll get you out of jail if you sign my lie and go to Houston and be raped. We're going to do the same thing to you we did to Mike Neely. We're going to frame you for a murder. We all know you didn't do. You know how we know you didn't do it? Because we're having to tamper with evidence and manufacture evidence and make shit up that we know isn't true, right? And commit perjury and fraud. Our guys know everything you've done. They know I know it now. I'm talking about it now. Beverly said if she wished Cindy had worn the right shoes and this whole thing would be over. Who's Beverly, Charles? What does she know about my shoes? The shoes that she was talking about are shoes that were bought after the first email I sent on the murder frame-up. About a year or two. So they're not even the right shoes. Right? Richard said something. I can't even put her at the scene, Charles. I can't make this lie work. I can't even put her at the scene. And you guys ran our friends off, so it's not like she has friends I can go to and say, has she ever been at this location? Ever? She didn't have any friends. You ran them off, her friends and family. You're using them to pressure her. All of them. So I can't, you're trying to gaslight her. Mr. Perry, did anyone ask you what you think? Connie Curry. You're just like Connie Curry. Why don't you go off her? Didn't ask you what you think. Nosy body, butt in. You just never shut up. It's unbelievable. You never shut up. If people want to know how we find out, sometimes it's him. Charles, he never shuts up. He's a boring nobody. Yeah, I wish I mattered. Please let me matter. But you don't. We get the help, you get told on. Every time you contact me, we get more. I do it more. Okay. Well, don't run around and go, how did she find out before? We don't like that. Oh, you don't like that? Well, it's going to happen again tomorrow because Mr. Perry has no grasp on reality. Yeah. Okay. So, we're going to put her in jail, and then we're going to tell her you can't get out of jail unless you lie force and go be raped. And Richard's like, I can't even put her at the scene. Well, she's going to have a public defender, so it won't matter. And he goes, have you met her? The first thing that happened when everybody found out that I was going to look at Mike's case was, you know what was said? Now watch, she'll find every mistake they made. That's my reputation, dum-dum. That's my reputation. What somebody says first, their first utterance, their first reaction, before you had a chance to tell them to change it, that's the truth. The first reaction was, now watch, she will find every mistake they made. If she found the mistakes made in Mike's case, like, oh gee, how do we beat someone to death so bad, the ME said it was like they were in a car crash and they were internally decapitated and have not a mark on us while we're dying of opioid overdose, unconscious and in respiratory distress, and had to be treated with Narcan. How do we do that? There's not a way to do that. Not a mark on them. Not one mark. Okay? He had a red swollen right hand. The arrest report said no other injury is listed in the arrest report at all. A red swollen right hand. He had an IV in it. An IV needle. Might that be why it's red and swollen? Detective Stupid. You're on the payroll too, aren't you, Martinez? So, we have... I was raised... Listen, my granddaddy was a lawman. My great-granddaddy was a lawman. My great-great-granddaddy was a lawman, and my daddy was a lawman. I grew up in a fucking police department. Not just patrol meter maids. Detectives. Men who solved crimes. They were in startling detective, which was like being on forensic files or something, for solving a murder in Roswell. My dad, actually, I believe, was in forgery. So, I got this. Like, motherfucker, I got this. There's a reason they called me in to do this job, Charles. To catch your crime. You see, you're a job, Charles. Until Charles Perry gets his head out of cuckoo bird land and gets a grip on reality, nothing's going to change. She's going to find out again tomorrow. And he said that 3 weeks ago. Delete all her, put her in jail and shut her up. And delete the Facebook and delete this blog here. And get Jennifer to lie. Because she's right and we're guilty. And everybody's running around. This never happened before. How'd she find out? How'd she know? We're a bunch of hillbilly mafia. You know, the real mafia doesn't like hillbilly mafia because you're stupid. It's so easy to take over. This is the Pinto thing where Mr. Perry sent somebody into my work to harass me. I DoorDash. Do we have available unit to pull her over again? Is anybody around to pull her over right now? Do you have any available units to pull Ms. Ortiz over and harass her? Yeah, okay. Well, we heard about it before you did it. Many times. Many times. There's a bazillion emails on pull her over. Take her tail light out so somebody will pull her over. Yeah, that's property vandalism. Okay, so this is my recording of Pinto, who came to my work and said 3 times he was worried that I had a wire on him. On me. And he's, look at this. That's the transcript. The actual recording is above there. Be creeped out by him. I'm like, he creeps me out. So be creeped out. He'll be nice. He'll pay $5,000 for one night. Solicitation of prostitution. Why isn't he in jail, TBD? Oh yeah, you're the bitch of a sex weirdo. That's the best you can do in your career in law enforcement. And our guys are like, when they're done being meter maids, then we'll call them. But as long as they want to harass our witness, tamper with our witness for a sex weirdo, not going to happen. We're not calling them. Can't trust them. Our job is to relieve suffering caused by crime. That's the only thing we're supposed to do. And if they can't do that, we're not going to have anything to do with them. They're part of the problem, not part of the solution. Some of them are criminals too, unfortunately. And if you missed it on the defunding police movement, people are sick of that. Second on the list of polling, people want to stop this crime. You can't stop the crime if you are the crime. Right? I need my pension. She can't tell on me. I need my pension. I'm just a little bit from retirement. I need my pension. Screw the victims. Screw kids getting raped and shitting all over the floor because they're sodomized. And a mom having to listen in the next room while her kid screams because they're getting raped and she can't help them. Screw that. Screw Cynthia not having food half the time. Screw Cynthia getting her car taken away over and over and over and over and over. I need my pension. Screw Lucky dying and his kids never again having a graduation or a wedding with him there. Or a day where they had a bad day and they need daddy. Screw that. I need my pension. Right? Mike Neely got it done right. That's why he's sitting where he is sitting. We're going to get him out, Charles. It isn't up to you. You little pussy, cop killer, alleged cop killer. It is not up to you. When we find out you wanted to delete all this and get Jennifer to lie. It isn't up to you when we found out you want to have my car towed and sold before I find out it's not legal. It wasn't up to you when we get the pull-over call-ins. It isn't up to you when we found out you trafficked me in your Houston compound. Was it? You're not all there, are you? No, it's very embarrassing. You embarrass the hell out of me. Please be as embarrassed as you make everybody else. And here's my disclaimer. Apply the but-for legal standard. But for Mr. Perry being in Oklahoma and he refuses to leave and he forged a marriage license. I didn't sign that. I've never even been on a date with Mr. Perry. There's been no sex, there's nothing. He's a John Hinckley Jr. wackadoodle. Best he can do. Yep. Little ass fail. I rejected you. You're acting like a 2-year-old little bitch who needs a spanking, a swat upside the head. Because you don't treat women like that. And you don't sit on your fat, lazy ass perverting around all day. You go work. You go fucking work. Nobody is entitled to crime or a cover-up. Nobody. We're getting the help you're getting told on. Okay, so apply the but-for legal standard. If you watch that video, that's what cops are supposed to do, and it says stalkers go at the car. They all do it, and they always do it. Yep. Now they hack your phone, too. You're going to get charged with ruining my other phone, Charles. Or trying to. They'll charge you with property damage and evidence tampering. Okay? I got evidence on that phone. You're going to get charged. You asked for it. The cops that tell me everything you just said and it's never up to you, Charles, get her computer so she can't fight us in court. She can use the one at the library. Now we'll take her car, then she can't get to the library. Is that good intel or bad intel? You know what? When we got that, it wasn't up to you. It wasn't. Muffin Man, Lucius, Blankenship, Desiree, Betancourt, Geppetto, Calvin, who's bald and fat, Beverly, and worried about my shoes. She wants me to go get raped. She was upset that I didn't, Mr. Perry. When you contact me, we get more. Okay? You just got us more intel. You invade my privacy. They invade yours. They have a court order. You got a weirdo problem and no power to control it. How embarrassing for you. How humiliating for your children. How humiliating for your children. You have to live your life every day to build a legacy with the understanding that long after you're dead and gone, your children are going to be stuck with that, whether it be bragging about you or having to explain and apologize for you. That's just the way it is. You reap what you sow. God is not mocked. You reap what you sow. I don't think he thinks it's cute with you rape kids and abuse women and starve us. The whole thing was initially a human rights violation complaint. Charles. Yeah. Go in a bar and try to pick up the ugliest, most desperate bitch in that bar by telling her what you've done to me. I think several years ago, I think it was an OHP officer who was asked to pull me over. And he said, I don't think so. Listen, if he's in a bar and he's doing this crap to her in a bar, the bouncers will throw him out like that. So why are we putting up with this? Why is he not in jail? He should be. You don't act like that. We have a civilized society. We don't tolerate that. It's illegal for a reason. People don't like it. We get the help, Charles, because people don't like what you're doing. You get told on because people don't like what you're doing. And until you get a grip on reality, it'll happen until they put you in jail. Okay? He's not going to call you until you give back what you took and get the fuck out. And he sees that you understood him. Because he's not going to waste his time repeating himself. When we say give back what you took and get out, there's zero promise for anything in return for that. Except for a phone call. There's no promise for anything at all. If they wanted your bribe money, they would have called you by now. You've talked to them face to face and you didn't know that's who you were talking to, they would have said something then. There's not going to be bribe. We're not going to stoop to being your bitch. We're better than that. Okay? We're much, much better people than that. My friend said it. She's used to a higher caliber person and a higher standard of living. And this guy is so bad. Sleeping in her car and not eating was better. That was better than him. He's going to make a profit after her being raped. And her family and Beverly are trying to make that happen. Because at that point, this will be over, they think. For who? You're caught when you do it to me. You're caught. If you handed me a piece of paper that was a recant of everything I've said in and out of court for the last 10 years, do you know how I would sign that? Do you know how I would have signed a marriage license? Fuck you. Yeah, it's different when you do it to me. And it's not up to you when we get that intel. It's not up to you at all. The end result of this is not up to you. Is it, Lucius? Name one of my guys, Lucius. Quote one meeting. Oh, you can't, can you? No, you cannot. They will not talk to you. This is a whole page on human trafficking. That's what you want to delete? You think if you delete it, then nobody will know? Lucius, do you really think that? What about all the... You don't know who all my guys sent it to. Do you? You think you... I mean, God. You guys lie to everybody, but if somebody's lying to you to protect the integrity of a need-to-know investigation into your crime, you actually go, oh, okay, they're telling the truth. Wow. So, it's not easy. It's not even fair. I mean, it's so easy. It's not even fair. The mafia guys like, these guys are weak. They're stupid. They lose valuation of their company every time she catches them, or you guys get intel. And your value goes way up, and theirs goes way down. And this $60 cost them a whole lot more than $60. This $300 she needed to pay a bill cost them a whole lot more than $300. And our guy goes, here's the amount right here. Substantially more than what you took from me. Substantially. He goes, they're not smart enough to factor that in, are they? Nope. Yeah, I can take that over easy. Alright, so I'm going to talk just briefly about what happened at my work. Okay, so Perry will find out who paying customers are and run them off. There's one guy that was giving me quite a bit of money, and boy, they made sure they ended that quickly. We'll never see him again. And if we do, he won't give me anything. But here's what they did. They found out he was giving me money, paying me for dances and whatever, tipping me and what. They found out. So what they did is they had someone. I'm gonna try to be as vague as I can right here because I need to be right now. They had someone, another girl, girl A had girl B come and interrupt and say, girl B's over here. I'm sorry, girl A's over here. But she didn't want to be rude and interrupt and cutthroat. So she is having me come over here and interrupt and cutthroat for her. And the guy goes, and? She's over there. She just wants you to know she's here. And he goes, and? I mean, I can see her right there. I'm not interested. So we're sitting there talking, and he hands me money for a VIP. And she comes back over. She wants you to know she's right there. And he goes, I can see that. You can't miss it. You can't miss her. She's right there. I'm busy. Okay, well, she didn't want to interrupt, and I looked at her and I go, you're interrupting for her, and you're cutthroating for her. Please stop. Please be respectful and stop that. We went and got the VIP. The guy tipped me. I came back and told girl A, who wanted the girl B to come cutthroat for her, okay, now you can go sit with him. So she went and sat with him. And then he bought something from her, and then she left. And then he bought some more from me. And then the next time he came in, he wouldn't have anything to do with me at all. Because Mr. Perry made sure to tell him, you can't buy anything else from her, and you can't give her any money. And you know how we know that, Mr. Perry? You were recorded. Okay? And it wasn't up to you that we found out. How many people have you done that? So how much money do you owe me? And that's all my guys are thinking about. And that's all your leaks are thinking about. And that's all the normal people think about. Is why in the fuck is he doing that to her? If it's good, he ruins it. If it's something not nice, he takes it away. So what did you want me to do? Take you to my granddad? Granddad, meet ghetto bitch here. That's the best I could do. Meet the peepin' Tom here. I didn't pick Prince Charming. I got a peepin' Tom sex pervert who's ghetto and canned food. He's a bitch. He's a pussy. Aren't you proud? He would slap the hell out of me and I would have it coming. And my friend said, I don't think so. I don't think so. Because we watched her actually be in a real relationship with Saeed and move to him, not away from him. And he would have never let her sleep in her car, much less make that happen on purpose. So she slept in her car because that was better than being with this monster. He's just a pathetic little criminal pervert. Can't control himself. That mafia guys. I don't do business with those guys because they think with one thing, their pervert problem, and it rules every part of their lives, and they make stupid business decisions. I'm a businessman. I don't do that. I fucking don't do that. And I'll tell you one thing. I would never spend that amount of money and that amount of time getting sensitive information in the hands of law enforcement. There's no way. That would have happened one time and never again. If one person being broken bothered gets sensitive information in the hands of a cop, I'd make sure that person's not broken bothered anymore. Not these dum-dums. They spent 10 years, every day, all day long, and millions of dollars. I can take that business over like that when they least expect it. And our guys like, wouldn't hurt if they have public defenders. Their attorneys they have now won't even face one woman. 5 of them are so pussy and so prissy pants and so, sissy, and I guess crackerjack box law degree, that they won't face one woman in a court of law the normal way who's not even been to law school. So we're not real worried about their attorneys. They've not impressed us in the least. They've had 3 chances to go in and overcome her evidence and her witnesses, and they've not done it. They won't even let her in court, and the burden of proof's on her. Now they want to take her computer so she can't fight him in court. So we don't, if they use the attorneys they have now, fine. We're not worried about that. They're scared of her. Or her. What about our prosecutor? Because he does have a law degree. But it still wouldn't hurt if they had public defenders. If you take everything they have before we make arrests, fine with us. It's not going to hurt our feelings one bit. Okay, so there's that. You can't get her computer, so there's no court. Well, she can go to the library, at the law library. Yeah, take her car so she can't do that either. Because we're too pussy and weak and pathetic to go face her like men in court. Just the normal way. Yeah. Because We've been going around telling everybody, she can't prove it, she can't prove it, she can't prove it. And everybody's like, well, but the burden of proof's on you now. You had 3 chances to make her prove it. You wouldn't let her in court. Dumb, coward. So now, the burden of proof's on you. You have to prove she's lying and that she knows she's lying. And I'm like, well, I can't do that. What I can do is say, I heard a recording from police, and here's what the recording said, and I typed it up. Whether or not that's good intel or bad intel, that's not my job. I don't know. But when they do what the intel says, then that's pretty good proof that it's good intel. Some of it might be good, some of it might be bad. I can't testify to what I don't know. What I can testify to is I heard this recording. That's it. That's it. And I can tell you I don't like Charles Perry. He makes my skin crawl. He's disgusting. He's repulsive to me. Granddad, look, I got a little prissy pants here. He's stupid pathetic and stupid to just figure out how to move on and be normal like everybody else and go work. He's boring. And sits there and watches women in the privacy of their home against their will. He uses women's bodies to make money because he's too dumb to make money like men do. Yeah, he steals money from women and kids. Can you believe it? That's the guy I brought home, Granddad. He would slap the hell out of me and I'd have it coming. You're not good enough. And I don't do ghetto kid food. And I don't do Peepin' Tom. And I don't do alleged pedophile. And I don't do alleged cop killer. Nobody has kicked your criminal ass harder than we have. Nobody you know in your whole fucktard life has ever kicked your criminal ass as hard as we have. And you act like you have no idea what's happening. You don't, do you? You have no fucking idea even what I'm saying half the time, do you? No? Senile. Okay, so we got that this morning. We got the delete-a-thon, tamper with evidence, destroy evidence, and tell Jennifer to lie, so tamper with a witness. We got all that this weekend because the guy said, until Charles gets a grasp on reality, they're always going to find out beforehand. And the last night call-in, do you have an available unit to pull her over? She's door dashing. Pull her over. Again. Yeah. We caught it before you did it. But TU campus security did follow me through the campus. Did he run my tag for you? Yeah, they don't have my permission to do that. And those aren't police. Campus security is a private entity. They don't get to run my tag. Okay? Or follow me around through the parking lot. Alright? What kind of lawsuit do I have against TU if I wanted one? You know, the thing is I don't just sue people for the hell of it. I just don't. I fucking don't do that. I've had a lot of people do a lot of things to me over the years that I didn't sue them for. But I'll sue a bitch like you. When you're in jail, then I'll sue you, because then you can't buy a judge. Okay? Sue the fuck out of you. All of you. Look at that. Stealing from women doesn't make you macho, man. It makes you a pussy. One of the cops has a 12-year-old daughter, and he goes, what do you think about a man who's rejected and he can't just move on? He's trying to take her car and trying to get her kicked out of her home and trying to steal all her money. And she said she's 12, or she was then. She goes, sounds sissified to me. I couldn't agree more. Could not agree more. You don't have women just crawling all over you for a reason, Charles. You're not hot and sexy, you're repulsive. You're repulsive in prisoners. When you're in jail, I promise you, if your attorney doesn't make some special arrangement for you, you'll get the fuck beat out of you. And if anybody has that coming, you do. Like, you know, you got rights and shit. If you do X and Y happens, touch a hot stove, you get burned. If you don't like getting burned, don't touch the hot stove, dum-dum. When we get this stuff, it's never up to you, Lucius, Calvin, Geppetto, Muffin Man, is it, Betancourt? Does anybody call and get your permission when we quote you? I don't think so. So at the end of the day, none of it is up to you. The end result, we're meeting our objectives. We're getting intel to use to put you in jail. And that way you can't hurt people anymore. You can't creep on the ladies anymore. You can't rape. You can't rob. You can't terrorize. You can't kill. You can't kidnap. There won't be any more of that. You'll be gone. That's what we all want. We are getting the help because that's what everybody wants. You're getting told on because that's what everybody wants. Stupid. You don't know that? I'll have to tell you that. You should just know that. Aren't you a grown man? Don't you want to be a dignitary? Don't you want to run for governor and you don't know that? Yeah, I don't think Mr. Perry can be governor. His disease isn't going to get better. It's getting worse. You can't talk to him for 2 minutes without telling something's wrong with him. And he's caught and he acts like he doesn't know he's caught. Well, we all know he's caught. We're talking about it. Everything he's doing. What you've done in secret. Shouted from the rooftops. We're all talking about it. So he's caught. Is he too stupid to know he's caught? And that when he's caught, that's when you stop? Not that you would do this crap anyway. Why would you do this to somebody? Do you see anybody else doing acting like he's acting? No. It's beneath us. Yeah. Granddad, look at the ghetto bitch I brought home. Canned food guy. Look at my crap car, my crappy clothes. Yeah, I took Said and introduced him to my family, and he wasn't around my family without me. Okay? I moved to be where he was. But that man made sure I didn't miss a meal, Charles. He made sure I did not miss a meal. He created a job for me and made sure that job was successful. That's the only kind of guy I date. No one else. If a guy won't do that, he's just not my cup of tea. Okay? He's not what I want. I want a man who's very interesting and he's busy working and has interesting things to talk to me about because I already know what I did all day. Boring. I don't like lazy. I don't like stupid. I can't handle stupid. Can't do it. Okay? Cannot do it. We can't just let her live here. Because you think it's up to you? If we know you said that, it's not up to you. Poking, peeping. Your guy called you poking, peeping, pink panty, pathetic Perry. Your own people call you names. Your own people make fun of you. They don't respect you. So don't expect other mafia organizations to respect you. And sure as shit, don't expect victims to. You don't have respect. In the world of criminal organization, there's a hierarchy in that. Respect is everything. And if you don't have respect, you have nothing. You have nothing. And you've made yourselves weak. Okay? Can't just let her live here. It's not up to you. It wasn't up to you that we got that you just said that. Take her computer, because we're too weak to fight her in court. We're too stupid to fight her. A woman who's not even been to law school, we can't fight her in court. Right? We don't know. Take her computer. Right? For the 4th time, we want to cheat, because we can't win. Legit. We're too dumb to fight a woman. All of us men. How do we make her fail? I don't know. Professor, don't grade her paper. Don't grade her essays. Don't grade her assignments. Just fail her. We got a traffic deadline we got to meet, and you're going to help us. You're going to facilitate trafficking. So is her family. Her family's going to sit her down and tell her, berate her and scream at her and yell at her and tell her she's all the words we want to say to get in her head and facilitate trafficking. Right? And we find out every time. Why is that? 5 times you've tried to do that, 5 times you got caught. Are you too fucktard to know you got caught? And when you're caught, that's when you stop? Not that you would do this anyway. Are you too fucktard to know that 10 years after we quote you every day, all day long, people hate your guts? They're sick of it. They're sick of you. You're not entitled to crime, Charles. And until you get a grasp on reality, we're going to keep finding out beforehand. And then we're going to take that and take it to court and get an arrest warrant. And you go to jail. And that's that. We're getting the help because that's what people want. You're getting told on because that's what people want. Nobody likes this crime you do. Even prisoners are repulsed by guys like you. And I swear to God, your attorney's going to have to make special arrangements for you because they will beat the shit out of you. You abuse kids. You abuse women. They'll beat the hell out of you. And you have it coming. If anybody has it coming, you do. So, you know, you got rights and shit, so I'm sure they'll put you in some special place so that they don't beat the hell out of you, those guys. You got guys who are very chivalrous in jail, and, you know, like the Ocean's 11 type bank where I robbed a bank, or I had some big elaborate, you know, cryptocurrency scam, something, that think that pedophiles like you, alleged pedophiles like you, are just, the John Cooey thing where Mr. Perry, no one cares what you think, and no one understands why you think they do. Whack job. Were you asked? You were not asked.